Dear students of standard 12, good afternoon. In the previous video class, we have started with the human health and diseases. Now in that first we have studied what is the meaning of health and how to maintain the health, and what are the common diseases that are caused. In that, what are communicable diseases, what are non-communicable diseases. Then in the communicable diseases we have studied about viral diseases, bacterial diseases and the protozoan diseases. In the protozoan diseases, the last part we have studied the malarial fever. So the malarial fever is caused by Plasmodium. The Plasmodium is a unicellular animal. It is spreading from person to person through mosquito. Actually, it is spoiling and causing disease in human, but it is passing through the mosquito. So mosquito is the insect vector we have studied. Then the last part of the video class we have studied the life cycle of Plasmodium in man. When the Plasmodium is entering into our blood, entering into our body, how they are multiplying, that we are studying. Now we are coming to the last part. In the erythrocyte, by eating the cytoplasm, hemoglobin, everything, the parasite is multiplying enormous number, and the RBC is rupturing and releasing all the parasites. The parasites are called merozoites. So along with merozoites, some chemical substances are produced that is released into the blood, that is called a hemozoin. Most of the merozoites are again infecting the new RBCs and destroying the RBCs and keep on multiplying. But when the hemozoin, toxic substance, when it is gradually increasing in concentration, now the hemozoin is causing the fever called the malarial fever. What are the symptoms of that? We will study. Now we are going to see some of the merozoites which are released into the blood are converted into microgametocytes and macrogametocytes. Now the micro and macrogametocytes we have studied in the previous class. When the mosquito is sucking the blood, the micro and macrogametocytes are entering into the mouth part of the mosquito. Then through the mouth they are entering into the stomach. Now the rest of the multiplication we are going to study the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito. Now it is the second part of the life cycle. Now life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito. So imagine that the merozoites, the microgametocytes and macrogametocytes are entering through the mouth part. Now in their mouth and salivary glands are there, passing that. This is the esophagus of the mosquito. So through the esophagus, the micro and macrogametocytes are entering into the stomach. For diagrammatic representation, I have drawn the stomach very bigger. Now once the micro and macrogametocytes are entering, further changes are taking place in the stomach of the mosquito. Now I am taking, for example, only one small cell. It is called a microgametocyte. It is there in the stomach of the mosquito. Then another one cell, slightly larger, it is called a macrogametocyte. It is macrogametocyte. This is the microgametocyte. First I will take microgametocyte. The microgametocyte is changing into a male gamete. It is changing into a male gamete. Now this is the male gamete. Then the macrogametocyte, what is present here, is again growing and enlarging, and it is becoming female gametocyte. It is becoming female gametocyte. Now here the male gametocyte is there, here female gametocyte is present here. Now in the stomach, the male gametocyte is fusing with the female gametocyte. Now this is called. Now here female gametocyte is there, here male gametocyte. Both are fusing with each other. This process is called the fertilization. Now after fertilization is over, a single large cell is produced. It is called a ookinete. It is called a ookinete. It is also called a zygote. Now once a zygote is formed in the stomach cavity, the zygote or ookinete is penetrating and entering into the wall of the stomach. The stomach wall is made up of muscle. So the ookinete is penetrating and entering into the stomach wall. Then in the stomach wall, it is changed into oocyte. The ookinete is changing into oocyte, single cell. Now the oocyte by meiosis. Meiosis is a type of cell division. Now during meiosis, one cell is divided into 4 daughter cells. Now this is one cell oocyte. It is undergoing a type of cell division called meiosis. As a result of it, 4 cells are produced. These 4 cells are spindle in shape. Now the 4 cells which are produced are called sporozoites. Say when one oocyte is changing into 4 sporozoites, now you can imagine that lot of cells are entering, all are multiplying, all are producing 4 cells. An enormous number of sporozoites are produced which are spindle shaped. Now they are moving along with the blood, they are moving and finally they are settling in the salivary gland of the mosquito. So in the salivary gland, lot of spindle shaped cells are there. They are called a sporozoite. When the same mosquito where the life cycle is completed is going and biting and sucking the blood of another one person. Then from the salivary glands, the spindle shaped sporozoites are entering into another person. Again their life cycle is taking place. In this way, the life cycle is completed in the mosquito's stomach. Now that's we have completed the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito. So by this way, enormous number of mosquitoes will be involved and it is spreading the disease to the human society. So many people will be affected by this disease, that is malarial fever. Now we are going to see, before we are coming to that, prevention we are going to see. We have to prevent the spreading of this malarial fever. Now before that in our textbook it is not given properly. Now we have to see the symptoms of malarial fever. Actually the incubation period for the multiplication in the human being, it takes about 12 days. During this 12 days, now we will not have any symptom. But after that, when the hemoglobin concentration is increasing, we will get the disease, that is malarial fever. What is the malarial fever? What are the symptoms we have to see? First one, the body temperature is going down, chillness will be there, shivering, unbearable shivering will be there. It will be there for half an hour, 40 minutes like that. After that, the shivering will stop. Then the body temperature is raising, that is a fever. It is a malarial fever. Along with malarial fever, the person is feeling vomiting sensation, severe headache will be there, liver is damaged, so liver will be swollen. Now these are also again symptoms of this. Now we are coming to prevention. Now actually one person is affected, then how the other people are affected, that is due to mosquito bite. So we have to eradicate the mosquito. If we eradicate the mosquito, the spreading of malaria will be prevented. Now what are the various ways by which we can prevent? We have to see. Killing the vector. Vector is a mosquito. Now we have to kill the vector. That means female Anopheles mosquito. There are so many ways. We can spray insecticides. We can use a mosquito net like that. Then how we have to kill the vector? We have to say. Oil spray on water stagnations. In our surroundings, some places water will be stagnating at the sides of the road, in the ditches and other places of the water will be stagnating. Usually the mosquitoes are laying eggs in water. The eggs are converted into larvae in water. The larvae will develop into mosquito and the mosquito will come to the air. Okay, this is actual process. So the mosquitoes are laying eggs and the eggs are hatched off into larvae which are taking place in the water bodies. So what we have to do? We have to destroy the eggs or we have to destroy the larvae. For that we have to spray oil. Some oil we have to spray. So in the oily condition, all the eggs will be collapsed, all the larvae will die. So the next generation of mosquito will not be found. That is oil spray on water stagnation. The next point, growing Gambusia fish. A type of fish is there. Now the Gambusia fish, small fish, it can live in any kind of water, whether it is a polluted water or it is a normal water or it is a drainage water, wherever it is, the Gambusia fish will live. But the Gambusia fish can eat the mosquito larvae present in the water body. So when this fish is living, wherever the eggs are there, wherever the larvae are present, it will swallow and digest them. So the larvae, mosquito larvae, cannot develop into mosquitoes. Then the next, preparations with Bacillus thuringiensis. You have to say. Now I'll read out the point, after that I'll explain. Preparations with Bacillus thuringiensis spray to kill the larvae. That means one more liquid spray we have to prepare to kill the mosquito larvae. Now that preparation, that liquid, what is there is, you should be prepared along with Bacillus thuringiensis. Now Bacillus thuringiensis is a type of bacteria. Actually, it is not causing any problem for us. But when the bacteria are present in the spray, in the liquid spray, it is producing a toxin which is killing only the larvae. It is a toxin for the larvae, not for human, not for any other animal present in water. So the Bacillus thuringiensis is a producing toxin that will be there in the spray, so that will kill the larvae. So the bacteria play important role. Next point, using mosquito net. Now whenever we are sleeping, that is we can use mosquito net, wire gauze in the doors and windows. In the doors and windows, the wire gauze must be there, so that from outside the mosquitoes will not enter into the house. Then, according to World Health Organization's condition, the HO's malaria eradication program is failed. The World Health Organization has come out with one technology to eradicate the malarial parasite, but the program is actually failed, as the mosquitoes developed immunity to DDT and other insecticides. Normally, we are spraying DDT. It is one insecticide. Even a lot of other insecticides are there. When we spray, the mosquitoes will die. Actually, that is only World Health Organization told. Wherever mosquitoes are there, we can spray the insecticides. But when we are keep on spraying the insecticide, the mosquitoes are becoming more and more resistant to the chemical. So the chemical what we are spraying is not at all killing the mosquitoes. So the mosquitoes will spread. So that is the failure technology, but we can use any other technology what is present here, by which we can prevent the spreading of malaria. So by this we are finishing the protozoal diseases. Then we are going to study about the next disease, which is fungal disease as per the classification.